on track.
I think
I got to figure out school.
Yeah,
I have to figure that out. Yeah, so still on the journey, but just a little bit of a detour on the school thing. So.
That's right, man. It all works out how it's supposed to, according to his time.
That's right. That's right.
And I mean, maybe years from now, you'd be like, yeah, that made sense for me to not be in school right now.
It's usually a look back.
Yeah, exactly. And if it doesn't get revealed, oh well. No good thing will he withhold.
That's right. That's right.
Must not be a good thing at this season.
Yeah, I had to learn a lot about acceptance. Talk about acceptance.
Yeah.
Accepting where you are.
Oh yes.
Regardless of where that is, it's like, okay, well, here I am. So I've had to accept a lot. So super excited about the new job and very thankful for the opportunity.
Yes. I mean, it seems like it's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's been really good. It's been really good. Yeah.
That's just my from an outsider's vantage point. It sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Sounds like they actually like you.
Yeah, that's always helpful.
Not many people like you. So,
yeah, I can be liked.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about.
As long as you can please people.
Right? That's it. That's what life is all about.
Pleasing people.
That's the end of the episode. We pleasing people around here.
I told my wife earlier, I was like, look, you can't follow God and money. You can't please God and people. So you're gonna have to choose. So you might ruffle some feathers on this journey. So
ain't no worry. Yeah, it's bound to happen, man.
Yeah,
it's bound to happen. And and seemingly for the most strange reasons. So we've been doing the Bible study at the job. Oh man, coming up on 2 years.
Wow.
And we've missed like maybe 2 weeks.
Wow.
1 week that we missed was like right after Christmas, and if you work for the state, at the end of the year is when people take leave time, so it really just wasn't anybody there. It was like 2 people there. And one other time was like during a massive hurricane, and just like everybody just had tasks going on. And so we just couldn't, between not having a room we could gather and having people available. So yeah, it's only 2 times, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's been a major blessing. And for the people,
it's men and women.
Yes. It started off as a men only. It was boys club, and then so it was
boys club and pleasing people.
Yeah,
that's a recipe
right.
for disaster.
So we were going to the way it started. Myself and my coworker Dave Perry, he wouldn't mind. Dave Perry, we had a conversation, and it's like, man, it'd be cool to start a Bible study. And he said, man, it's been on my heart to start a men's Bible study. And so it just went from there, and we're like, man, let's just, we're gonna book a room as far as like, on the facility, so people don't have to leave, and we'll just put it out there. And it was like, we started off as men only, and we were actually trying to get the women to start their own thing. And the whole premise was like, there's certain discussions that need to happen among just men. That was the whole premise of it. And so, so we started, and we're going, and we're trying to pull the women along, like, hey, wow, you're a good leader. People follow you. Why don't you take it over or whatever? Why don't you start it? And just people just would not take the reins. So it got to a point to maybe, I don't know if we were a year in, might have been a year in. And it's like, you know what? At this point, like, how much more would we gather by just adding more believers to this conversation?
Can't go wrong.
And it's like, well, at first it's like, well, let's just bring the women in once a week, once a month, or every other month, every other week. So it's all alternating. So if there is a conversation that needs to be had among men, we can still have it. But after like 2 months, it's like, man, let's just bring them in full time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But
I would count that spirit for sure.
It's an awesome group. It's an awesome group. We actually had a guy pass away end of last year, like November-ish. And
I think I remember that.
Yeah, he's one of the guys he was a constant. He was always there, right? And so my office is under the Adjutant General, which is the HR branch of the military. So even though we're civilians, the job that we work, our check is signed by the Adjutant General, so military.
Okay.
So being that we're under the military, when something like
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah, when something like this happens, the chaplain, the chaplain will come out and offer his services, just like whoever needs to speak to him, things like that. So it happened on a Monday, like The guy went home sick Friday. Monday morning, he had a meeting, and I want to say he sent the text like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late, or might not make it." And like, we found out around 11 that he had passed. So it was just like that. And so Dave came to me and he's like, "Man, we got to do something." I mean, like within 10 minutes of the email going out, he's like, "We got to do something." So, man, that day, because this is like 10:30 or something in the morning. We normally meet at 12 on Wednesdays, but this is Monday. Yeah, we put out that, hey, man, we're going to have a little service or whatever. Not even a service. It's like, come to this room at 12, and we're just going to celebrate Jim.
Yeah.
And when I'm telling you, Jeremy, so it's a training room. Seated, it'll have about 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 6 areas. Each one has about 6 chairs. So 36, about 36 people can sit down. Well, I'm telling you, it's like 60 people up in there. Like people were lining the walls. Because he was a good dude. He's a believer. I mean, really good dude, living the life. Living what we're reading about.
Yeah.
And
he was about that life.
Yeah, he was about that life, man. And it was amazing. It was powerful. Because some people who chose to speak were believers, and we shared what we thought. And, we shared what we know. He's in a better place or whatever, and we shared some fun stories. Jim had this one thing, so we're just talking about men, how we got to put things in our calendars and we just will forget. And Jim was like, man, it's like, I'm about a couple years away from being able to hide my own Easter eggs. I'm like, I never heard it that way.
That's funny.
But yeah, man, yeah, it is. So the chaplain came out Wednesday to offer his services or whatnot, and he was just blown away that he was like, he never seen anything like that, to where the employees structured something that fast. And but yeah, I mean, we got a special group, man.
Immobilized.
Yeah, we got a very special group.
Good, man.
Yeah, it's dope. It's something I look forward to every week, man.
That's good. Yep. That's good. All right, where do we go from here? Got a couple, maybe 1 or 2 guests. I want to give a quick shout out if I can.
Yeah.
We talked about mental health. So another guy, friend from college, Randy. You know Randy pretty well. So Randy has been kicking tail in his journey. So Randy's down 50 pounds almost. Wow. So he was in the original Fast Way Out group back in October 2019. He has a birthday coming up, and so he's kind of course correct. He's actually been on the journey since then, but I asked him if he would be interested in coming on the podcast. He's almost down 50 pounds. So
he's doing OMAD.
I think he is. I know he's doing fast.
He's doing 20 hours.
Okay.
I think he posted it on one of messages to one of the videos.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. He made a comment on the last
20
video.
And 4.
Yeah, so he's doing 20 and 4. Yep. Kick and tell. So we may have him on if we can make the schedules work. But just wanted to give that quick shout out.
If we can make it work to where we can do it in person somewhere, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try not to do anything through Zoom or whatever. It's just different when you got somebody in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. So continue to tune in, watch. We'll have him on, maybe another one.
Yeah. I got 2 people in mind, and one person I'll share it offline. One person asked me yesterday, and I was like, I thought I already asked you. So yeah. All right. It'd be a good one. It'd be a good one.
All right. So more to come.
Yeah. We hit everything?
I don't know, man. Let me check my notes. We want to hear from y'all still.
Yes.
What was your heaviest? What was your heaviest weight? I wanted to ask that question.
So I was up to 229.
Okay.
So not quite 230, because I went from 229 to 189.
Okay.
Yeah, right at 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I mentioned a little while. I saw 297 on the scale, but I don't think we ever really know our heaviest, because I think I lost a little bit before before you got the courage to do it, to get on the scale.
I got you, man.
So anyway, but I was 300.
Yeah, 300-ish.
300-ish. Yeah.
That's like LeBron when he went to from Cleveland to Miami, and he did like this crazy strict diet, and he lost all those weight because they took a team picture and like, how do you get that small? And so they're like, at your biggest, how big were you? He's like, let's just say about 285-ish. It was like, it was a freight train.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that big,
man. Yeah, that's a big dude.
6'8",
big shoulders, big body.
Yeah.
So it don't take much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even at his slimmest, he's probably gonna be like 250 because it's just a big dude.
6'8". Yeah.
So
I had one other thing I was going to mention. We took a trip yesterday to the African American Museum down in Charleston. I think that's spirit, man. I think very spiritual trip. I was born on Johns Island in Charleston. Did you know that?
Did not.
Born on Johns Island. And so the museum, you actually get to see, I think she said 45% of the slaves that came in on the slave ships. We actually saw where they come in.
Yeah.
The museum is up off the ground because it's sacred. So I don't think they can put it on the ground.
Yes.
So we got to go about halfway through, but it's a great museum, great history, great exhibit down in Charleston. If anybody needs,
I might take a day and try that.
There was another section I didn't get to go to. My mom and sister were both upset because I didn't get to see that section. Okay. Apparently, they had people that were actually at my dad's church in video. They had like video from people that I knew.
Oh man!
And I'm like, maybe it's good I didn't see that. But anyway, I would call that, history, definitely lineage, definitely spiritual.
Yeah, we might need to set something up, man. Take the kids down. Yeah, take them all down.
Yeah, I told my mom and my sister that just means I need to go back.
Yeah,
and it can be just a more intimate experience next time. So anyway, I wanted to mention that.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. You want to close this out, man? What else?
Oh man, thanks for coming back. For those who are returning, if your first time checking us out, thanks for tuning in.
And go back and watch.
Yeah. Go back and watch the first season. Some great stories. God's been blessing us, man. We've had some really good content, and not just because we saying it, but it's been some really good, thought-provoking stuff. Having conversations with other people who watched it. Yeah. We've managed to go deep on some areas and try to keep it as lighthearted as we can. But thank you, subscribe, like, so that it actually send you recommend. So it actually show it to other people. Yeah. We are dealing with
algorithm.
The algorithm. Yeah. I was about to say, what's the equation?
The algorithms.
Yes. So like and subscribe. Share with other people. Yeah. Because we're trying to give like some life-changing content.
Help us get into the ecosystem, the YouTube ecosystem.
That's it. That's it.
My I know we out of time. My Caring for Creation class, we talked about different ecosystems. So systems thinking. So we're trying to infiltrate.
That's right. Spies in the land.
That's right. There you go. So anyway, but yeah, I would echo that and just say thank you. And it's about almost a year now, man, since our first recording. So
by the time this is released, it'll be a year.
It'll be a year. That's right. So
yes, sir.
Thank y'all for checking us out.
Absolutely. Catch you next time.
Peace.